it was the start of the year or the end of last year when Enda contacted me about it. And I was all gung-ho to do it because I'm a huge admirer of Enda's work. And so then I read the script and then actually I asked Cillian would he send me a recording of him saying it, very early on actually. So because I wanted to hear the sound of it and the sound that he was bringing to it. And that's when I started writing the score, after getting the audio from Cillian. It was when I really started. And then I went over for rehearsals in London, where Enda and Cillian were rehearsing intensively there, and listened for 2 days, just making notes and discussing with Enda where he might want the music. And it transpired that in the end, actually, Enda wanted the music quite late in the show. It's about a half an hour in before the music first makes its appearance. And in a way, it actually shifts the mood, because up to that, you don't know if it's all kind of, in a way it's quite funny and there's a lot of light elements, and you don't know if it's just this kind of almost like a slapstick sort of, you know, like old style slapstick kind of humour, and then it sort of takes a turn. Yeah.
Enda writes very, very particular material. It's unlike anything I've had the privilege to work on. Whilst, however, Enda's not prescriptive, he does actually know what he needs musically, which is a great help. Actually, he's a great listener, and that's terrific. Some directors I work with just leave me to it. Some directors are incredibly precise about what they want, but Enda has a good idea of what he wants and then lets you run. This show is particularly demanding. There's an awful lot of material in it. There are an awful lot of, well, what we might call cues, or a lot of things that happen in sequence in the show. So for this show, I was in rehearsals with Enda and Kill for a couple of weeks, actually putting the show together in rehearsal, because the sound is so integral to the way that the show works. It's
a one-man show, but in a way it's a whole team of people involved in it, and you can see that when you see it, because it's so impressive on so many fronts, from the set to the lights and everything. Everything just really has a sort of meaning and power to it. So
what makes this show difficult is keeping everything together and coherent, and actually making sense. Enda's narratives tend to be very free range, and it's an extraordinary imaginative journey. So you've both, when designing shows for Enda, you've both got to keep one foot in reality and one foot in Enda's world. And sometimes you end up doing the most almighty set of splits. So it's just stopping the splits getting too wide. That's the trick. That's the trick here. But actually, it's been such a delightful process, and Cillian is just such an extraordinary performer, and Enda such an amazing writer, that it hasn't actually been difficult. It's just been hard work, in the best possible sense.